Everyone, it's KIREI here for Hey Little Magpie with a brand new layout using the colourful Simple Stories Sweet Summertime collection. And I've picked out a number of the pattern papers. I'm using the red spot, which is Backyard Memories. And I'm also using the flip side of that with the really, really pretty florals. Firstly, though, I'm going to back my photos using the red side. And I've got it's another multi-photo layout. So I've got 10 small photos here, and it's more photos from my trip into London with friends to see the Chelsea in Bloom displays all around. Well, obviously Chelsea and King's Road, yeah. And they're amazing. I mean, we had so many photos. So I probably need to do a few layouts just to make sure I've captured all of it. So yeah. So I've got pictures of the amazing displays that I obviously wanted to make sure I got scrapped. And yeah, I think this collection works really, really well with it. I've pulled out quite a few of the displays that the photos I've got. I've sort of got reds in them and a little bit of the yellows. So I've really sort of picked out some of the colours for that. Obviously, you can see the green pattern paper and the yellow. The green is called Sun-Kissed Smiles and the yellow is called Summer Fun. And here's the floral that I mentioned earlier. It's the other side of that red pattern paper. And I'm just sort of layering them up using the strips. I'm going to almost create sort of I guess, corner type design going across and down with and then with my photos layered across. And then I'm just fiddling around here, getting these stuck down. I started off thinking I was going to just keep it all running across, but I decided to bring in the floral piece down on that left side. I just felt it gave it a nice balance because I did have 2 layers of photos and it all felt quite heavy at the top. So as I said, I've got my photos, I've got the reds in there, so I've mounted them on the red pattern paper, and in the ephemera, I will bring in some of the reds as well, just to pick that out. So the changed my mind. I was thinking I had it all stuck down, but no, I haven't. I'm now sticking it down. And then I can get my photos stuck down and I can start to add all of the embellishments. So with my photos, as always, I typically tend to add foam strips along the top of my photos and then I'll keep them stuck flat at the bottom. Mainly because often when I'm adding embellishments at the top, I'm probably going to tuck them under, and on the side at the bottoms, they'll be sat over the top, so hence why I keep them flat. Using my obviously trusty T-square just to make sure that it's nice and straight. And then I'm also bringing in the Hey Little Magpie embellishment kit, and this is the one for July. And you will have seen the picture at the beginning of the video. And there are lots of sort of more beachy elements in the kit this month. And this is obviously, these photos have obviously got nothing to do with being at a beach or on holiday or anything like that. However, I decided I was going to use the acrylic title called Summer Adventures, and I am going to bring in something else that is a little bit more unusual, but I think it works. Oh, here we go, as if by magic. These are the starfish that come in the kit, but I sort of felt like they look like flowers, and you know what? That's what I'm going to do, because there was 3 of those in their really pretty sort of glitter fabric in that blue, the pink, and a sort of goldy colour. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to build them into my embellishments and add a little bit of sparkle as well. So yeah, I'm going a little bit off piste with them. But it works for me. So getting my ephemera stuck down. So as you can see, I'm adding some foam pads to some of them just to raise them up slightly. But the others, I am just using glue along the centers of them because I'm curving up the edges like I always do, just to give me that extra sort of dimension. And then, yep, some more foam pads here, raising up that flower over onto the left. But it's such a lovely collection. It's bright. There's lots of, there's the florals and there's the more subtle pattern papers in it. But just, it's so lovely for photos at this time of the year. I think it works for all sorts of things. So whether it is like a day out here, whether it's you're sat in your garden, a barbecue, or that type of thing, kids playing. The collection is really, really versatile. And what I do love about it is you've got your ephemera, but you've got two different types. So you've got your floral ephemera, and I do love floral ephemera. And then you've got your bits and pieces ephemera, which has lots of other things. So lots of different icons. So you've got butterflies and um, what else? I'm trying to remember because looking at them, there's like little journaling cards and yeah, all sorts of different bits and pieces. I think there's like drinks, summer drinks and things like that. Then I've got the decorative brads, and I'm just adding a few of those. And I always like to add different elements because I feel like if I've only got ephemera and stickers, there's no different texture. So by adding brads, those glitter starfish, it gives me something. It gives the layout a bit of a difference and is more interesting. Now I have to confess, I've added this title, which I love, in the bright yellow, coordinates perfectly with the Simple Stories Sweet Summertime collection, but it says Summer Adventures. And when I went to add my journaling and everything, I suddenly realised that my photos were actually the end of May, which isn't really quite summer. Hey ho. But you know what? That's okay. I will live with it. It's fine. So, yeah, bringing in some of the foam stickers as well. So I've got the phrases at the top there, good times, and these are the days. I've got a few little foam stickers in the flowers there that I'm trying to work out if that's going to go anywhere. I don't think I end up using it, to be honest. It gets moved around a lot, as you can see. But I do think I remove it in the end. Still figuring out if there's any others. There's a cute little ladybirds. I'm tucking in a few of those on each side because one of the brads at the top right, the teal one, actually has a little ladybird on it. So that's sort of balanced by using the ladybirds over on the left. Anyway, I think I'm just about done. I'm obviously going to add my journaling as I always do. But as I say, yeah, I'm a little bit early for summer, but that is okay. Oh, I'm just checking, got a couple more foam stickers. There's those flowers. I'm still figuring out if they're going to work, but no, they don't. Okay, here we go. Finally, this is the final layout, and here are some of the close-up pics of all the fabulous embellishments from the Simple Stories Sweet Summertime collection and the Hey Little Magpie embellishment kit for July. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.